So June 2021 is when I hit the 10-year mark.
It's a decade, dude.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it doesn't feel like that because I started when I was what, 19 years old. So like, I don't even think the first 5 years count. I was just going up and screaming like, "This is bad! How's wrong things happening in countries?"
For the man of the evening, the hilarious Karuneshwar Award!
It's not been a good year for everybody. Even Samay Raina, who has had a great year, will not come and say कि नहीं 2020 बढ़िया साल था, ये होना चाहिए था. You know, people like Samay and Tanmay have adapted really well. You know, they've used the internet and they've used live streaming and they've built these amazing platforms and they've like worked on their businesses in 2020. But even if you ask them, they won't be like, yeah, 2020 was a great year for me. They would all prefer the
Polite to other people.
yeah. But like even they would say that, yeah, I mean, I would have been happier if the virus did not take place, you know. It's not been, see, here's the thing, man. Like, I don't think I have the right to complain, though.
Correct.
Because I know how much people have suffered, and I know what a brutal year it's been for how many people, and I've been very lucky to get by unscathed, you know. Obviously, we're not touring, we're not selling tickets, like we're not doing 500 seaters and 700 seaters anymore, which is the bulk of our income. But thankfully, like I have had offers to do things that I've not done before, that have sustained me over the year. And also, like, because of last year and because of other things I've done in my career, I'm in a relatively safe spot right now. Like, there's no imminent stress or issue. So I'm very grateful for that. But yeah, I don't think that mental health wise or peace of mind wise, it's been a good year. Yeah.
But you can't complain because
I mean, yeah, if I complain, I'm being an asshole. Because, like, there are people with legitimate issues out there, and, you know, yeah.
when I started doing stand-up like 5 years back, you were already like a towering figure in the scene. And now it's been what, 10 years for you?
It is my 2021 will be my 10th year.
10th year?
So June 2021 is when I hit the 10-year mark.
It's a decade, dude.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it doesn't feel like that because I started when I was what, 19 years old. So like, I don't even think the first 5 years count. I was just going up and screaming like, "This is bad! How's wrong things happening in country?" You know, and then after that, like, I figured out, oh, I have to be jokes and like punchlines and stuff. You know.
So huge change, right? In outlook also, in material also.
Yeah, definitely.
But what makes a young comic do that on stage? Like, no, I know you done it, I do it, Masoom does it. Social commentary or you say political stuff.
I think that you're innocent, and I was actually stupid enough at the age of 19 to believe that nobody has actually thought about the things I'm saying. Like the reason why, do you understand? Like the reason why problems exist in this country is because no angry kid has shown up and said, "This is wrong, guys," you know? And maybe that's all I need to do to make people think enough to the point where things change. And then you realize, oh, people have been fighting this battle for years. And उनसे नहीं हुआ तो तू तो घंटा नहीं करने वाला है कुछ ठीक ठाक जोक लिख ले वही सीखने के लिए तेरे को 6-7 साल लग जाएंगे you know तो वो भी बहुत मुश्किल ही है you know तो वही बात थी but back then I think that the reason you do stand up is because you have something that you want to say and nobody around you in your life system has the patience to listen to it, but you need to get it out. Otherwise, you're not going to get to sleep at night, you know. I think that's why you do it. Like, there are things like, if there are silly things or if there are angry things or whatever kind of things that you're exploding with the desire to talk about, your family is going to be annoyed at you. Your parents are going to be like, "Ja yaar, kisi aur ko bol," you know.
No matter how nice people they are.
Yeah, whatever. Or how much potential your thought has. So you go, you fucking die on your ass every night. You know, you go on stage, people don't laugh, you get humiliated, you get heckled, you bomb. You still do it because you're like, कोई सुन तो रहा है कम से कम. गाली देके ही सुने पर सुने तो कम से कम. You know, इसके पहले तो ये भी नहीं हो रहा था. Then that's the reason why.
But I remember you telling me once that even that era was वो एक भ्रम था. I thought this is something useful that I'm chasing, but it need not be.
Yeah.
You just chase the laughs at the end. It could be true.
Yeah.
Anything.
I mean, I've just realized over the years that trying to come across as, like, I've spent a large part of my career trying to come across as intelligent on stage. And what I've realized fairly recently, embarrassingly recently, is like even I'm not interested in watching a comic like that. You know what I mean? Like I want to come and watch a person who I can relate with and who's like, man, life is happening to me from all angles and I'm failing spectacularly. And the only power I have is to rant about it to you guys, so you laugh and I feel good. And then we have this shared common experience. I could be wrong, but I think Norm Macdonald said this about Brian Regan, that he was one of the first guys who was genius enough and who had the foresight to be the loser on stage. Otherwise, everybody else was like, so I went there, and then this guy was like, "Beh," and I was like, oh, I owned your whole life with that genius, incredible line that I just said, you know? So yeah,
So
instead of winning every situation, they were like, why don't you go up and lose?
So the self-deprecation was not there from the beginning.
No. In fact, I believe now, when I look back in hindsight, that all the stuff that I used to do earlier, right down to MasterChef and Jadoo and all this, is because I have disliked myself so much. And I have so many issues with myself that I was fiercely protective about anybody finding out anything about me. And so I was like, I'll always direct my anger with myself outward. Like I'll target these things and I'll find something I find stupid and I'll rant about and I'll talk
Right.
about it. But it was only because I was protecting myself. But the moment I started talking about myself on stage, I realized not only is this harder, not only is it much more difficult to get big laughs doing this is also far more like substantial. This is also far more unique. Like this actually creates a reason for someone to specifically come and watch me. वरना किसी की बेइज्जती तो कोई भी कर लेगा. You know, that's the point. So like last year when I did a special, it ended with a story about how I shit myself when I was 10 years old in school. And I think that every bit I've written until that one was only written so that I did not have to write that bit. So that I did not have to talk about the most uncomfortable experience of my life, you know. And yet when I wrote it and I started performing it, I had never had as much fun on stage as I did doing that. And so that marked a shift for me where now my whole new show is just about like my life, you know, and my
Wow.
experiences.
Yes, almost it's cathartic, right?
It is. It is. It absolutely is. I feel like stand-up and then therapy on Zoom is a thing that I need now for my life to be generally balanced.
I often ask myself the same question: why don't I talk about more personal stuff? And so far, my answer has been that I'm not ever so overwhelmed by my personal life, no matter how tragic it is,
Yeah.
that I feel the need to talk about it on stage because I feel stage is so powerful, stand-up especially.
Yeah.
Why don't I use it to say something? But then, like you said, it doesn't cut across as much because it's not relatable.
I mean, look, that's for me and in my context. But then again, like there are too many variables at play over here. Like ऐसा नहीं है कि आप अगर पॉलिटिक्स के बारे में भी बात कर रहे हो तो कहीं ना कहीं आप अपने बारे में ही बात कर रहे हो क्योंकि आप अपनी पॉलिटिक्स के बारे में बात कर रहे हो ना और उसके अंदर आपकी पर्सनालिटी का क्या क्या रिवील हो रहा है वो आपको तो कई बार पता भी नहीं होता है पर वो देखने वाला समझता है यू नो तो मैंने पर्सनली वो डिसीजन लिया टू डाइवर्ट फ्रॉम शिटिंग ऑन अदर पीपल एंड फोकसिंग इन ऑन माई सेल्फ बिकॉज दैट्स द नेचुरल प्रोग्रेशन आई वाज टेकिंग एज अ पर्सन इन माई लाइफ बट इफ दैट्स नॉट योर नेचुरल पाथ देन यू शुडंट फोर्स इट अपॉन योर सेल्फ दैट्स व्हाट आई थिंक लाइक
Because Carlin never did it till the end, and he was great.
And I mean, dude, it's not just even about one example of one legendary comedian. Fundamentally, what's made any comedian great is that they were themselves. And so, whether that's a good thing or a bad thing now, the only real way to move ahead is to listen to yourself. You know, like we can ask for advice from like people who are better than us or ahead of us or whatever.
Yeah.
And they can give us good advice. They can give us advice about being disciplined or writing or, you know, getting on stage and, you know, respecting the stage and all that. But fundamentally, what you're going to say over there, nobody can help you with. You know, you have to figure that out. So that's the best and worst thing about stand-up, is that it's anything I want, but it's only anything I want.
Yeah.
Nobody can help me with this.
Correct.
Like I can't even like be playing an instrument and look over at a fellow band member ki sahi ja raha hai na, haan sahi hai, theek hai. None of that. It's just me.
But if you change that much, and you should change, but then when you look back at the legacy of your work or just the body of your work online, you will hate some of the stuff from
क्या
earlier.
legacy bro, क्या body? Legacy बहुत बड़ा word हो गया ना for like jokes about fucking bhajias and all. Legacy वेगेसी बनाई जा रही है क्या यहाँ पे? मैं तो गांड मस्ती कर रहा था. Like इतना seriously खुद को नहीं लेना चाहिए dude. Honestly, अभी तक तो कुछ बनाया भी नहीं है. और honestly, तू कह रहा था कि मैं 10 साल से कर रहा हूँ,
Yeah.
10 साल जितना काम तो मैंने नहीं किया है। ठीक है, लाइक मैं अपने आप को आलसी बुलाता हूँ, लोग बोलते तूने मेहनत की है, मैंने कहा हाँ की है, बट इफ यू कंसिडर द कॉन्टेक्स्ट ऑफ व्हाट 10 years मीन, इतना 4 साल में भी हो ही जाता। ठीक है, इतनी कोई बड़ी बात नहीं थी। लोग हैं जो मेहनती हैं, जो मेरे बात शुरू करके भी मेरे से बेटर जोक लिख रहे हैं और मेरे से आगे, और वो डिजर्व करते हैं, लाइक नॉट ओनली इन टर्म्स ऑफ सक्सेस बट ऑल्सो इन टर्म्स ऑफ क्वालिटी। आई लुक एट सर्टन कमेडियंस एंड आई एम लाइक, मैन, I'd like to be like this person. There's no bullshit, there's no excuses, there's just putting in the hours, you know.
Right.
So yeah, I don't really look at this whole thing as a body of work or as a legacy or anything like that. I feel like जब तुम सीख ही रहे हो
Right.
और जब ये सारी चीजें attempts हैं, we are just very fortunate to get paid a reasonable amount of money for attempting comedy. You know, for being student. In other countries, when you're a student of comedy, you live on nothing. You know,
Right.
and here we get to have a good life while learning how to do stand up. अभी तो 10-12 साल और है, तब थोड़ा आइडिया लगेगा कि कैसे करना होता है ये। वरना यार जीनियस कॉमिक्स को 30-30 साल लग रहे हैं, 25-25 साल। मैं यहाँ पे बॉम्बे में बैठा हुआ, I'm like, हाँ, with no culture of stand up in India, and I'm like, हाँ नहीं मैं कर लूंगा, 7-8 साल हो जाएगा। नहीं होगा, you know.
You need patience for sure, but also like some semblance of time, no, like an understanding of how time works itself, right?
I think that if you get a big head and if you start looking at yourself as I am that guy, you know, because if you go out somewhere and someone recognizes you, they're already looking at you as that guy.
Right.
Now you have to be you. You can't become one of them and look at yourself like that. Ki, you know, oh, there is an expectation and an image, and you know, I have a certain standard, and if someone makes fun of me, I'll throw them a dirty look. Nothing changes, dude. Nothing changes. You got very lucky. But outside of that, nothing really has changed, you know. In fact, your privilege might have made you soft. You might not be as good a comic as you were 3 years ago.
Absolutely.
There is also that aspect of
Yeah.
things. So I think that it's very important to just understand that this is whatever good things that are happening in your career are not forever.
Yeah.
And you're always competing with yourself. So if you've put out a video that's killed a lot, that's very good news for you, but it's also very bad news for you in the future. Like if you put out a video that gets 10 million plus views, then the next time you put out a video, it needs to be like that funny to
And you
people,
are
and
that
it needs
guy
to
now,
it
forever.
needs to blow up that much. Otherwise, they'll be like, "Isko kya ho gaya be?" You know, तो वो issue हो जाता है. And the good thing about stand-up is it's not like being an actor, and it's not like being a director. You don't have an echo chamber of yes men. You can, if you're inclined in that direction, but you generally tend to have honest friends because they're all comedians. They'll all tell you when something sucks. And more than anything else, your best friend is the audience. Because अगर तुमने नहीं हंसाया ना, तो वो नहीं हंसेंगे.
Correct.
चाहे वो तुम्हें जितना भी पसंद करते हो. तुम स्टेज पे जाओ, पहले 2-3 मिनट तुम्हें वो मिलता है कि हाँ तेरे को देखा है. उसके बाद हंसा साले 1 घंटे के लिए हम लोग यहाँ पे. You know? तो they cut you down to size.
Yeah, that's a good definition for fame. हाँ तेरे को देखा है कहीं.
हाँ, बाकी कुछ नहीं है. Dude, like, मैं वही हूँ, like, अगर कोई मेरे को स्टारबक्स पे देख के पहचान ले, तो मैं वही हूँ जो, मतलब लोगों के परसेप्शन में, जो टीवी सीरियल में सपेरा बनता है ना, like, इसका चेहरा पहचान रहा हूँ, नाम नहीं पता इसका होगा कोई, you know. पर जो सपेरा बनता है आसपास, वो अपने चीक बोन्स अंदर करके आजू बाजू देख रहा रहता है स्टारबक्स के अंदर कि कौन देख रहा है मेरे को, किसी को फोटो खिंचानी है, किसी ने पहचाना क्या. तो यू कैंट बी लाइक दैट, यू कैंट बी that insecure and that into how people perceive you, because otherwise you won't able
That does get to a lot of people in other forms of
Yeah.
entertainment, but stand-up sort of keeps you grounded because it is so brutal in the.
to a certain extent. But that also depends on how attached to stand-up you are. I mean, we know a lot of comedians who are using stand-up as a medium to move on to other things,
Yeah.
whose aim is to be famous.
Correct.
Not necessarily to be hilarious, which is not a problem. Everybody has their own priorities,
Right.
but those people will find it harder to keep themselves grounded because they don't come up in front of difficult situations on stage often enough. They don't take as many risks in their stand-up, and so they don't bomb as much.
Correct.
And so you have to be able to allow yourself to go up on stage with a really weird thought, and then it doesn't get laughs, and then people look at you slightly heartbroken like, dude, but वो वीडियो इतना सही था, तो तू हम इधर आए मास्क वास्क लगा के और तू ऐसा जान पे खेल के आए. एंड आई एम लाइक, वो सब ठीक है, पर मैं लिख रहा हूँ इस वक्त, मेरे को अपना काम करना है, यू नो. दिस इज वन थिंग दैट आई रियली अप्रिशिएटेड अबाउट जाकिर. जाकिर ने जब वीडियोस डाले थे और वो चलने लगे थे, he had started to sell tickets from quite a long time
Even
ago.
before, yeah.
But he used to do this sort of stuff where we used to be on the same lineup, okay? And I would go and do my best 30 minutes and it would go very well.
Yeah.
And then Upmanyu would go up and maybe do his best 30 and it would go very well. Back then we were not selling any tickets, but Zakir was.
Correct.
Zakir would do a different 30 than he did like 3 days ago, because he's like, yaar, this 30 is new. It may get the same laughs, or there may be certain things that I need to work on, but I need to work. Like I need to finish these stories and I need to get them tight so that I have, that sort of security that a person has.
That's the word.
Yeah, I'm going to put in the work. I don't mind looking not as polished in front of my audience just because this is new material. And new material is never going to be as polished as old material.
Never.
So, but I'll still do the new material. I'll still take the risk in the interest of that act building. So that's very important.
People you mentioned who was looking for fame more than the craft. There's always just people, right?
Yeah, and earlier I really used to judge them, but now I understand. Like whatever path you've chosen it because you think it'll work. And you've chosen because you want it.
And you are that person.
And you have bills to pay, man. So at the end of all of it, do whatever you want,
Rent is always due.
Yeah, exactly.
You can
And it's
always
not
blame
cheap in
Mumbai.
Bombay.
When in doubt, blame Mumbai.
Yeah, we're in Pune right now. and what we have to pay our domestic help in Bombay can get you a mansion in Pune. So it's a real struggle, obviously.
You think that over a period of time, if you stick to your craft, it will pay off eventually. It may not pay off in monetarily, it may not pay off in ticket sales or fame, but it will be more satisfying at the end of the day.
It depends again. There's no clear answer, in my opinion, to this question because, yeah, stick to your craft. But if I have shaky hands and I'm a potter, as much as I stick to my craft, मेरे से गमला नहीं बनने वाला.
So knowing when to give up.
I mean, yeah, giving up is very important. You need to know what you can and cannot do. Like, I have seen a lot of people who have not constructed a funny thought in their life saying, I'm dedicated to the craft. And I'm like, मैं तुम्हारी मेहनत को सच में appreciate कर रहा हूँ, पर 7 साल हो गए कोई हंसा नहीं. रहने दो, तुम 10 चीजें कर पाते होगे जो हम नहीं कर पा रहे, पर तुम ये नहीं कर पा रहे हो, तो रहने दो. खुद सेल्फ अवेयरनेस होना जरूरी है. अगर सेल्फ अवेयर इंसान हो and you stick to the craft and you're not one of these dicks who's like, नहीं, मैं कुछ नहीं करूंगा, किसी को अपना चेहरा नहीं दिखाऊंगा, एक पोस्ट नहीं डालूंगा ऑनलाइन कि मैं क्या कर रहा हूं, मैं कौन हूं, मैं कुछ हूं, पर मैं इतना बड़ा हीरा होने वाला हूं कि लोग खुरेद के खोद के जमीनों को मेरे को ढूंढ के बोलेंगे ये है जीनियस. तब तो घंटा नहीं कुछ होने वाला तुम्हारा. You have to understand the business of it. You have to self promote to a certain extent. You have to do all of those
That
things.
sounds so familiar, dude.
I used to think like that for years. I used to be the sort of guy कि ये सब Instagram ये सब बकवास है, खुद को promote करना, this is all bullshit and all. नहीं है. Stand up को अगर धंधा नहीं बनाना, अगर stand up से घर नहीं चलाना, तो सिर्फ stand up कर लो, चलेगा. पर अगर तुम्हें ये अपना career बनाना है, तो तुम्हें 3-4 चीजों में अच्छा होना पड़ेगा. That's what I've realized. The business of it is another side of things. The social media aspect of it is another side of things. There are a lot of things to it. It's not just writing jokes, getting on stage and telling them. That's the best part. That's the most important part, but it's not the only part.
Right. I see a lot of age seeping in also now that I've known you for 5 years. Dude.
Yeah.
Is his health more important to you now?
Dude, so once I think the MasterChef Jadoo video happened, and I was like, okay, I can afford to take my foot off the gas a little bit. Things are happening for me now to a certain extent. I realized that I've given, at that point, the last 8 years of my life to just becoming a comedian, and I was obsessed with jokes and I was obsessed with stand-up. I still am, but I'm like, man, that was age 19 to 27. Who am I? Like at this point, I am a 125 kilo fucking curly haired dude wearing my dad's clothes. And I have like 3 friends and no prospects outside of stand-up. Like it was evident that I would have a decent career. It was evident that I would have certain comforts and I would have a decent life.
Yeah.
But it was also evident that I have absolutely nothing else. And I realized, you know what? I don't really care about punchlines right now. I have a lot of catching up to do in other aspects of my life. The good thing is I got into a relationship that I'm really happy to be in. Sure. The good thing is I was able to move out of my parents' house. I was able to adopt a dog. And I was able to look at other aspects of my life and find genuine like joy and satisfaction and happiness over there. And so the last 2 years, I have been selling material that I have written before that. Even my special was material that I was already working on before the MasterChef and the Jadoo video.
Yeah.
And the last 2 years, I've sort of been a little bit checked out. But when the pandemic hit, and then the 8 months after that, I've worked probably harder on my stand-up than I used to work even before that, because now there is a certain sense of, dude, this is not permanent. It can get taken away at any point. You better respect this, you better value it.
Yeah.
And so now I'm very excited and happy about where my stand-up is, and I feel like I've healed and recovered to a certain extent, and then come back into stand-up like much more mentally tough and stronger, and without nearly as many worries or anxieties as before. I have like a reasonable amount of self-confidence now. There was a lot of self-doubt earlier.
Yeah, but on stage it comes across as something else. It's belligerence on stage.
Yeah, it's a defense mechanism, man.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
all it is.
So even in say not only your younger days, but for all of us, no, a lot of the drinking, the smoking, the bad habits, the
Yeah.
pizzas, it's
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
angst, right?
It is.
It's angst, right?
It's unresolved issues. It's like, oh fuck, क्या होगा उसका, क्या होगा उसका, क्या होगा, चल पिज्जा खा लेते हैं, चल. अभी तो अच्छा लग रहा है, फिर बाद में चिंता करेंगे कि क्या होगा, you know. That's all it is.
So it's a very clear evolution of the art with the person also.
Absolutely.
And now you realize that there's a life beyond the club, and you need to live that fucking life.
Yeah.
Otherwise,
I mean, the reason why you go to the club, the reason why you write jokes, the reason why you get on stage is for that life, right? Like at the end of the day, if it was just about the stand-up, you wouldn't care about money, you wouldn't care about getting popular, you would just go up, do your jokes, go home. But the reason why I have a whole fucking Instagram page, I don't like Instagram. Fucking, I hate it. Like it's a real mindfuck to be on that platform. But the reason why I have it is because if I sell the tickets,
Yeah.
and if I get on stage, and if I do my job well, then guess what? I get to live in a house. And I get to have a car, and I get to have a relationship, and I get to, like, if my parents fall ill, I get to put them in hospital and stuff. Like,
Yeah.
these things are really important, man. Like, I can't pretend like they don't exist, you know? Like, both my parents, over the last 15 days got COVID. They're totally fine. There's nothing to worry about. But just knowing that this is not a situation in which I'm going to have to make panicked phone calls to family members and say, can I borrow money, or can you hook me up, or whatever.
which is a reality for most people.
Most
in the
people,
club.
man, it's a big relief. And to be able to say that I was lucky enough to tell jokes for this to happen it's miraculous to me. It's unbelievable to me. And
It's a weird kind of justice in our economy.
Yeah,
You
dude.
can tell jokes and
yeah, it's been 8 months of like fear and anxiety and all of that during the lockdown, but also once the show started again, just pure gratitude. It's been like, dude,
Yeah.
man, if these people, like I've looked at people who are heckling also, who are looking at their phone also, who are taking off their mask in the middle of the show also, and I'm like, I'm grateful that this guy's also here. You know, as much as I hate him, I'm grateful that he's here, you know.
You think it's worth living in Mumbai anymore?
No, I'm moving.
You're moving?
Yeah, I'm
Like
moving.
out of the city.
Out of the city.
Yeah.
I'm going to go to Goa.
Great.
Literally in the next 2 months.
It's done. It's planned.
Yeah, so I was living in Bombay, never learned how to drive a car, nothing.
Yeah. Same here.
Yeah, Ola Uber hai bahut hai. But then we decided to move to Goa. I just bought a car, I'm just learning how to drive it now. And then in a month or two, I'm fucking off, dude. There's no point. Like, and whatever people might say ना कि बॉम्बे में धंधा होता है, बिजनेस होता है, देख भाई, मैं 10-20% कम कमा लूंगा, लेकिन गोवा में मैं रहना चाहता हूँ, क्योंकि यार इतना सब करने के बाद भी अगर मेरे कुत्ते के पास गार्डन नहीं है ना भागने के लिए, तो फिर मैं सुबह उठ के what do I feel like, a success or a failure? Like how am I supposed to feel, you know? Like, dude, the amount of rent I pay in Bombay covers Goa rent in a much better house, covers गाड़ी का EMI, covers domestic help का expense, और फिर भी 5-7 हजार रुपए बच जाते हैं, covers Wi-Fi, covers electricity, everything.
Wow.
That's how much cheaper it is. And then it's Goa.
Yeah. I mean,
Like-
it's BJP state, but still.
I mean, dude, this is BJP country now. What are we gonna do? You know, देख ना मैं orange पहन के आया हूँ. Best अपना political beliefs बदल दो, शांति से जियो चुपचाप, खत्म. You know, एक कैमरा बहुत है.
He'll take one for the team.
तो वही है यार, मैं उधर जाऊंगा चुपचाप अपना, और क्या है ना कि स्टैंड अप पे कोई असर नहीं पड़ता. गोवा में भी छोटे छोटे ट्रायल शोज किए जा सकते हैं मटेरियल को टाइट करने के लिए, ठीक है. मटेरियल के अंदर थोड़ा प्रोग्रेस हुआ, यू ड्राइव टू बॉम्बे, you live at Oyo Town House, you do 8-10 shows at the Habitat in 3-4 days.
Correct.
You build it up to a point and then you come back to your
Open
life.
mics नहीं होंगे, but then at your level you could do that. Just travel from Goa instead of traveling from Mumbai.
I miss open mics, man, but I don't go to them even now because मैं 5 से 7 मिनट का स्पॉट लेके कुछ काम नहीं कर पाऊंगा, और मेरे को लंबा स्पॉट देने के चक्कर में मैं नहीं चाहता कि किसी कॉमिक जिसको सच में जरूरत है उसका स्पॉट काट दिया जाए. तो
I have seen many 5 to 7 minute spots by Karunesh going up to the entire show.
एंटायर शो नहीं, ठीक है,
45 minutes.
I don't want to name names now, but
And he's killed more than the lineup. So then the lineup is questioning the life choices after that.
यार the thing is कि I've done, like, there have been times where I've been given a 7, 8 or a 10 minute set and I've ended up doing 23. And then जिस बंदे का रूम है ना, जो प्रोड्यूसर है शो का, वो हमेशा खुश है. हाँ ब्रो, बढ़िया 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 बढ़िया. And I'm like, ठीक है फिर बढ़िया I guess. And then I sit down and then like some comic interview. Hello sir, I am Pankaj. I'm like, hi Pankaj. I have come from Pune for sport, but I did not get today. I'm like, तो कंफर्म करके आना था ना, ऐसे क्यों आ गया पुणे से? He's like, नहीं कंफर्म था. फिर आप चले गए ना स्टेज पे आधे घंटे के लिए. ये ऐसा एक बार हुआ, मैं एग्जैजरेट कर रहा हूँ, कोई पुणे से नहीं आया था, पर ऐसा एक बार हुआ. And I was like, dude, मैं कर लूंगा अपने आप.
So trial shows.
हाँ, और वो जो competitive healthy competition वाली बात आती है ना, कि कोई अगर लाइनअप पे बहुत किलर कॉमिक है, तो then you get compared to them and to be good compared to them. वो ओपन माइक पे वैसे भी नहीं मिलना. ओपन माइक पे 11 फिसड्डी और आप हो बस, ठीक है, बीच में एक आध दो अच्छे होने वाले हैं. तो मैं अपने ओपनिंग एक्ट्स वैसे चुनता हूँ जो मुझे पता है किलर्स है. लाइक मुझे पता है कि सिद्धार्थ डुडेजा को मेरे पहले अगर स्टेज पे डालो, मुझे पता है कि मतलब 10 लोग हैं ऐसे. लाइक बिफोर समय डिड कॉमिक्सतान, बिफोर समय डिड his YouTube, before any of that, पूना में मेरे लिए समय ही ओपन करता था. Because it was like वो जाके इतना फाड़ देगा ना 15 मिनट में कि उसके बाद मैं चूतिया काम नहीं कर सकता. मेरे को प्रिपेयर्ड लगना पड़ेगा, मेरे लिए भी चैलेंजिंग है फिर. You know what I mean? तो you pick really good opening acts and a similar thing happens for you as well. Like you get the competition, you get the feeling of, dude, I better be on my A game, and then you get your whole show to be able to work on your material. So it's kind of working for me right now.
Because I have seen Karunesh do 3.5 hour shows in a bar gig, sitting down, and people are giving him a standing ovation. He's like, नहीं ये हरकत नहीं करनी है, आज बैठ जाओ.
I feel like sending chocolates and flowers to those people saying, listen man, I have ADD, I was undiagnosed back then, I am medicated now, I will never do that to you again, please don't stop coming to my shows. 3-3.5 घंटे तक जोक कौन सा हरामी सुनाता है, रात होती है यार, बस कर.
Kautuk always tells me that dude, your thought will always lead and your craft will always lag your thought.
I agree with that.
No matter how good you get, your thoughts are way ahead and you can't express them at your current level of skill. And you with now so many years, obviously you're way better than you were even 2 years back.
Absolutely.
Right? And you feel it yourself. But there's still some thoughts you're chasing which you cannot channel on
Which is
stage.
why saving documents is very important, because if, and I'm completely serious about this, if you're sitting here today trying to work on a thought and it's not happening for you, all you need to do is open up a document from 3 years ago and look at a premise that you could not work out then, because you'll finish it in 45 minutes right now and you'll close your set with it, you'll kill that hard. Because it's been 3 years, you've learned so many other tricks, so many other angles and ways to get laughs, that जो 3 साल पहले सोचा हुआ thought है ना, वो आज kill हो सकता है, पर आज का सोचा हुआ thought थोड़ा time लेगा.
हाँ.
बस ग्रोथ की सबसे बड़ी बात ये है कि वो अब 3 साल नहीं लेगा, वो 6 महीने में भी हो सकता है, वो 4 महीने में भी हो सकता है, वैसा है.
But that's overwhelming. Like if you go with that premise and you're going to do this for 3-4 decades, the places you could reach if you don't fuck up.
Yeah.
Because I still believe this is the most powerful way of communicating an idea. I mean, you have films, you have Star Wars, but just the simplicity of a guy just talking on the mic and to be able to convey your thoughts or just transmit a thought to the audience. Do you ever feel that like overwhelmed in a way that there's so much that can be done, but there are things pulling me back? It could be personal, it could be otherwise.
I don't relate to everything in that sentence. I don't feel overwhelmed by how much there is to be done. I feel like, actually you could say I do, but I kind of feel like, man, I got to stop wasting so much time because I have so much to say.
Yeah.
And there is so much to write and there's so much to do. Yeah, I do feel that. However, now that there is a deep sense of having a personal life and all that, when I'm away from stand-up, I'm also very happy. And that increases my happiness on stage. I'm like, oh, this is the time to do this, and then that is the time to be someone else.
Correct.
Both of those people are me, and this is a balanced, like, more wholesome life, you know.
Right.
Rather than just being like, I tell jokes and then I stare at a wall sadly. You know, which was my life before that. So, now, what it's become is like this, dude. I don't really think that I won't be able to do whatever I want to do. I feel like with time सब कुछ हो जाएगा. Just be better today than you were yesterday. कल जितना ध्यान दिया उससे थोड़ा ज्यादा ध्यान दे. कल जितना किल किया उससे थोड़ा ज्यादा किल कर. और फिर कल देख क्या होता है. बस उसको जितना simplify करो. Like मेरा idol, not in terms of political opinion, but in terms of skill at what he does and outlook towards what he does, is Virender Sehwag. ठीक है. वो खड़े रह के खीर के सपने देखता था और गाने गाता था जब सामने से मिचेल जॉनसन बाउंसर डाल रहा है ऑस्ट्रेलिया में. ठीक है, दैट्स माय पॉइंट. लाइक इफ यू कीप इट दैट सिंपल, वो गाना गा रहा है, कह रहा है जिस दिन सुर में गाना निकलता था उस दिन बैटिंग भी अच्छी होती थी. You know, so I really think that as much as you can keep your mind blank before and when you're on stage, and just quietly sit at home and visualize कि आज ऐसा जाएगा, ये punchlines मैं ऐसे deliver करूंगा, वो लोग हंसेंगे, शो अच्छा जाएगा, एक मेंटल प्रिपेयर्डनेस होती है, एंड देन यू गो देयर विद लाइक अ क्लिनिकल फीलिंग, यू नो, लाइक ऑलमोस्ट लाइक अ सर्जन, कि आई कांट बी इमोशनल अबाउट दिस और एल्स आई विल फक इट अप. यू नो, आई हैव टू फील नथिंग थ्रू आउट while still enjoying it, while still feeling nothing. You know, like the closest I've come to a meditative state is 5 minutes before I go on stage and then while I'm on stage.
Correct.
Because there's nothing else happening except that.
Correct.
And you're not thinking about anything except that.
It's almost then.
Yeah, but if you are thinking about something else while doing your stand-up,
You're fucked, yeah.
no, you need to write a few more jokes in there. The act has become old and it's boring you now.
Ah.
That's why you're somewhere else in your head. That happens, but yeah.
Wow. Yeah, there's a lot to explore then in that case. But then it needs to be done live. Like, do you
Yeah.
still think we'll be run over by technology and by internet and by Zoom, and or you will have to adopt to it? Because or you think live will retain some element which will continue?
I mean, look, if that does happen, if like stand-up becomes overwhelmingly Zoom and there are no live shows happening ever again, I won't be a stand-up comedian. I'll be a podcaster. I'll do YouTube and all. Because if I have to sit at home and do it, why should I do it on a horrible call where there is a lag and I have to wait like 3.5 seconds for these people to laugh?
Correct.
Why do it with shitty technology when I can just make it at home and put it up, you know? Like, I think that if you're going to do Zoom, which I did also during the pandemic, and I'll keep doing whenever people want me to, because also like sometimes when there is a lockdown or something, then there are no spots. You need something to work your material out. It's helpful in those times. But in a world where there is no pandemic, where live shows are possible, I mean, I don't see any place in comedy for Zoom, man. Like,
Nothing beats.
yeah, like अगर मेरे को कोई corporate बोले ना कि हम लोग Infosys वाले 60 बुड्ढे मिल रहे हैं कहीं पे और हमें चाहिए कि तुम Zoom पे सुना दो, I'll be like तुम पैसे दे दो मैं सुना दूंगा, कोई स्ट्रेस नहीं है, लेकिन वो stand up नहीं है ना, वो धंधा है, वो अलग बात है.
Correct.
पर हाँ, जहाँ तक ये, I'll never be like, hey guys, congratulations on the vaccine and now nobody has COVID. I'm announcing a Zoom tour. No, that's not going to happen. I'll fly there and I'll personally be present because
Right.
that's the job, you know.
You ever worried that live may not survive this pandemic and whatever is happening? Because you keep hearing newer news and more anxiety, more uncertainty.
I just think that I can only now make plans for myself. I can only make projections and predictions about my own career. And for myself, I'm not all that worried. Like, I know कि मेहनत तो लगने ही वाली है, मुझे पता है कि काम तो करना ही पड़ेगा, पर वो तो पहले भी करना ही पड़ता था, वो तो करेंगे ही, चाहे जिस भी कॉन्टेक्स्ट में. ठीक है, I hope live comedy comes back stronger.
Right.
And I hope that people still sell the same number of tickets and people still have the same amount of fun on stage. The people that I really feel bad for and I feel like really miserable about are the majority of comedians who do not make a living doing stand-up,
Yeah.
who might be forced to not do this at all now because the pandemic has ravaged them and now they have bills to pay and now they're probably
It's
in
already
debt and
happened,
stuff like
yeah.
that. Yeah, so dude, like when I see comedians who had a lot of potential, who were really funny, but who were new, saying that now this is not a viable option for me anymore,
Yeah.
it's heartbreaking, dude.
Yeah.
It is, because like I was there in the first year of stand-up existing in India, first or second year, you know, and we saw this whole community being built from the ground up, and then to see like different parts of it falling off and being dismantled and come crashing down is obviously brutal, you know, it is. And it makes you appreciate your privileges more and also be ashamed of them a lot more. Like if I'm sitting in my car going somewhere, or if I like, you know, answer my phone from my laptop or something, even those things now stay with me, like, I shouldn't be able to do that. Like, you know, there are people who've written better jokes than me that didn't have the good fortune I had.
Yeah.
And so, like, you feel like an imposter. You feel like, I probably don't deserve this, but yeah.
Yeah. But gratefulness is the only way ahead.
I mean, it's, dude, I don't even know about whether it's a way ahead or not. It's the only way you don't look like a dick. That's it, you know, like, if you've been so lucky during a pandemic, and then people are like, surely you must experience some gratitude, right? You must feel grateful. No, no. Why the fuck should I feel great? I am amazing. That's why all this has happened. If you're that guy, you'll have no friends. Nobody will respect you or talk to you. So you... I think gratitude is the only way to exist in society. I don't know if it's a way forward or not. You know, I don't know कि वो तरक्की करके देगा कि नहीं. बस लोग तुझे हरामी नहीं बुलाएंगे बस. बाकी कुछ नहीं है.
Have you seen any change in the profile of people who come for your shows, like age-wise?
It's very interesting. I have not seen too many changes, but I have seen the people, and I really love what I see. They're usually smart people. They're usually anywhere from the age of 18 to 40. But you know who I love? Are the 365-year-olds. Like, you know, the one really cool auntie, the one really cool uncle in a
Right,
corner
right.
who's laughing at the dirty jokes or who's
Yeah.
like laughing at the risky premises and stuff. Like, I really enjoy that. And I generally have found that these are people who are, मतलब वो लेफ्ट से कट नहीं मारेंगे रोड पे अगर तुम गाड़ी चला रहे हो. यू नो व्हाट आई मीन. थोड़े संभले हुए सेंसिबल लोग आते हैं मेरे शो पे जिनको देख के ऐसा लगता है कि अगर ये लोग सुन रहे हैं ना मेरी बात तो फिर अच्छा जा रहा है सब कुछ. लाइक आई कैन फील ओके अबाउट द मटेरियल आई एम डूइंग बिकॉज इट्स अट्रैक्टिंग नॉट साइकोपैथ्स.
I know broad age group, that's what they're saying. It's a very diverse
Yeah,
age
it is a reasonably diverse age group. I know comedians who have like whose age
Yeah.
group is like kind of narrow.
Yeah.
And I've been fortunate enough that people across age groups are coming. It's definitely more leaning towards young people, but there are enough elderly people in there for me to feel okay about it. Like at 29, I think that इससे ज्यादा मैं अब मतलब बूढ़े लोगों को क्या रिलेट करूं, you know? प्लस क्या है ना कि मैं बहुत ज्यादा एंटागनिस्टिक भी हूं. मैं बड़ों का मजाक भी उड़ाता हूँ, अपने फादर का मजाक उड़ाता हूँ, ये सब भी बहुत करता हूँ और थोड़ा सा ज्यादा विशियस तरीके से. लाइक लोग कुछ लाइंस क्रॉस नहीं करते हैं अपने पेरेंट्स के बारे में, मैं कर देता हूँ. तो जो लोग भरे बैठे हैं ना कि यार ये क्यों नहीं बोल रहा कोई, यू नो, यही तो मैं अपने घर में नहीं बोल पा रहा. लाइक यू कैन सी अ लॉट ऑफ दैट इन द ऑडियंस की हाँ यार माय डैड मैन फकिंग ridiculous dude, like why doesn't he, you know, you see a lot of that. You see a lot of people feeling like dude I'm glad that this guy said it here. I know इसको घर जाके लाफा पड़ेगा अपने बाप से पर यही बात बोलने के लिए, but I'm glad that he said it here.
Because you see it with bands. No, some bands grow with the audience.
Yeah.
Some bands are stuck in the MTV age till now.
Yeah, because they're worried about losing audience members. I feel like you don't lose audience members, man. You outgrow them and then you grow into new ones. If you're growing in the right direction.
Correct.
You could just start sucking. And then that's not something that you can help, you know, like that, nobody can help you with that. But if you're actually improving, then you'll have better audience members in future. Like smarter people or people that, you know, you would enjoy playing to even more. So if 10% of the people that like you right now say, oh, he used to be good, but he isn't anymore.
Right.
That's all right. They may even be right. I may get better with time. They may come back or new people might replace them. But it's not my job to think about them. If I start thinking about customer acquisition,
लोग कर रहे हैं ना.
हाँ.
Social engineering.
that's what. But then who's going to work on the product then? You know, like I'm
That
not.
is the product.
But-
Hashtag is the product.
मैं कंपनी नहीं हूं ना यार, मैं बंदा हूं. मेरे को जो सही लगेगा, मेरे को जिसमें मजा आएगा मैं बोलूंगा. फिर जिसको सुनना है सुनेगा, जिसको नहीं सुनना है नहीं सुनेगा. जब एक इंसान नहीं आता था शो पे तभी भी स्टैंड अप करते ही थे. तो क्या है?
Right, right. A lot of young people do DM stuff, right? Like they, सब मुझे करना है, this personal space में, and they look at you for advice, dude.
Yeah.
And it's a scary place to be in, and also like you know, with the amount of self-awareness that you now have, you also feel not in the right place to give advice to anybody, really. But then-
Especially when most people what they ask you is, सर आसान रास्ता बताओ ना. Basically उनकी बात का मतलब ये होता है.
So the
कि-
subtext is that.
You know कैसे रिसेंटली पतले हुए इंसान को सब लोग आके पूछते हैं भाई कैसे किया तूने, कुछ टिप्स देना. आंसर वही है जो तुम्हें पसंद नहीं है. आंसर वही है जो तुम्हें पसंद नहीं है कि उसने कम खाया और वो वर्कआउट किया. बस सबका आंसर वही है. या किसी ने पेट कटवा के लिटरली मांस निकलवाया है, यू नो. तो तीनों ही आंसर्स तुम्हें पसंद आने नहीं वाले. सेम विद स्टैंड अप. तुम जितना भी पूछ लो पर सर आपने कैसे किया, वैसे ही लिखा फिर जाके बोला फिर बॉम्ब हुआ फिर से लिखा फिर हंसने लग गए, खत्म. यू नो करनी पड़ती है ना, मतलब कुछ बेसिक बेयर मिनिमम मेहनत तो करनी पड़ेगी ना तुम्हें. पर लोग ये बात सुनना नहीं चाहते. देयर लाइक कोई तो तरीका होगा, कोई तो फॉर्मूला, कुछ तो माइंड मैपिंग. You know, एक premise. What do you think? Like, I know people, I know comedians who have taught other comedians how to write like this. You want to write about cell phones, ना? You want to write about iPhone? तो iPhone सोच के दिमाग में क्या आता है? ये बोलने की जरूरत है क्या? Like, are you going to teach a person how to think now? Like, ये इंसान है, ये सोच लेगा. iPhone बोलते तो फिर वो चार्जर आता है दिमाग में और 3 कैमरा 2 कैमरा और हर साल बदलते पर सेम फोन है. हाँ तो लिखो ये सारे तुम्हारे ऑब्जर्वेशन है. अरे but what do you feel? Like, why are you writing about an iPhone? What are your opinions? Like, you know, I just feel like so many people are barking up the wrong tree. Like, you know, उनकी गाड़ी खड़ी है क्लिफ पे एक बंदा एक तरफ से धक्का मार रहा है, दूसरा बंदा दूसरी तरफ से धक्का मार रहा है, गाड़ी हिल नहीं रही पर दोनों को पसीना आ रहा है और बोल रहे फक हम बहुत मेहनती हैं यार, हम बहुत this is like stupid hard work. You don't need to work that much. Just need to work reasonably hard in the right direction. Like at least understand what you like about the comedians you watch. You like that they're authentic. You like that they're different from each other. You like that there's a perspective driving their work.
Right.
But then you're sitting here and going, one bit I'll write about Indian wedding, one bit I'll write about iPhone versus Android. It's like, हाँ पर तू किधर है इसमें? You know, वही तो problem है.
Because you always hear potential है, youth है, country में ये है, वो है, but a lot of it is just wasted, right?
Yeah.
I mean, economy being what it is, the environment being what it is, the amount of hate that is out there being what it is, and is that not scary? Like,
Of course it is.
Because some people just think देख लेंगे जो होता है.
That's why I'm on medication right now. That's why I'm in therapy. That's why I have to take one tablet in the morning and one tablet in the evening so that every time I read the news, I don't have a panic attack. It is the state of the country the way it is right now. And in spite of all of those things, you still have to do the things that you have to do because, I mean, at the end of the day, तुम्हारे लाइफ के इकोनॉमिक्स क्या है? घर पे दाल चावल है कि नहीं? बिजली चल रही है कि नहीं? टीवी पे मैच देखना है तो मैं देख सकता हूँ कि नहीं? You know, कुत्ता टहलाना है तो कुत्ते के चलने के लिए जगह है कि नहीं? मेरी फैमिली मेरे से खुश है कि नहीं? ये सारी चीजें they at the end of the day they take precedence over all this, right?
Yeah.
So as political as I was and as politically charged as I was, I don't really look at the news anymore. I've deleted my Twitter and all that also because I'm like, dude, ये झगड़े, ये आपस में चीखना चिल्लाना, ये तू ऐसा है नहीं, तू ऐसा है, तूने गलत बोला नहीं, तूने गलत बोला, तूने गलत सोचा, तू गलत है, तेरा बाप गलत था, तेरी गलत माँ के साथ गलत सेक्स किया और तेरे को पैदा किया. अरे डूड, टाइम नहीं है ये सब के लिए यार, घर चलाना है. मैं क्या करूँ ट्विटर पे आके, you know?
Because you end up being the thing that you're fighting against, right, eventually.
Yeah. You end up propagating and spreading the same kind of like angst and hate and all of the. I don't even know where I'm going with this sentence. What I'm trying to say is, you look at all the social media fighting and you look at all these people gunning for each other and at each other's throats, and it's not like I haven't stood up for things I've believed in the past. I have tweeted about things that I felt like, okay, that was wrong, and I feel like I should say something about it, and I still stand by most of that stuff. But at the end of the day, I'm not going to do it anymore because there's no time. I don't owe a perspective about everything to everyone, you know. I'm just going to sit out everything. जो भी झगड़े हो रहे ट्विटर पे, मेरे को उस पे पार्टिसिपेट भी नहीं करना, ना मेरे को जानना है उसके बारे में. लाइक लिटरली अगर कोई कमेडियन आके मेरे को बोलता है ना, दोस्त मेरा, तूने देखा ट्विटर पे उसका, मैं कहा मत बोल यार, सब सही चल रहा है, मत बोल. क्योंकि दूसरों के झगड़ों के बारे में मुझे एंग्जाइटी होने लगती है, यू नो. अब जैसे कोई कमेडियन है, दोस्त है, वो ही गेट्स इनटू एनी लीगल ट्रबल, या कल को कोई उसको कुछ बोल देता है, मैं उसके लिए परेशान हो जाता हूँ, मेरा दिन खराब हो जाता है, यू नो, बिकॉज दैट्स द नेचर ऑफ सोशल मीडिया. सो आई एम जस्ट लाइक, लेट इट बी डूड, लेट इट बी. चुपचाप अपना जो भी काम है वो करो, स्टेज पे जाओ, do your jokes, see what works, see what doesn't, build your act, do your job, and then outside of that, just disconnect. Yeah, tune out, exactly, because you're not a comedian first. Like जब तू पैदा हुआ था तो डॉक्टर ने नहीं बोला था कि कमेडियन हुआ है, you know, वो तूने डिसाइड किया. उसके अलावा तू बंदा है, तो उस चीज से ज्यादा जरूरी है उस लाइफ जीना नॉर्मली.
Hence Goa, right?
Yeah, dude. Yeah, because if I can, अगर मैं अपने बैकयार्ड में तंदूर गाड़ सकता हूँ ना, और नान बना सकता हूँ, एट द सेम टाइम जाके एक्सपोर्ट कर सकता हूँ, थोड़ा स्टैंड अप कर सकता हूँ, एट द सेम टाइम आई कैन सेट अप नेट्स इन माई बैकयार्ड विद अ बॉलिंग मशीन दैट बोल्स टू मी, और मैं बैटिंग प्रैक्टिस कर रहा हूँ क्योंकि मेरे को क्रिकेट पसंद है ब्रो. ठीक है, बस पसंद है.
This sounds like a plan, dude. This is very specific.
Yeah, it is a plan. It is exactly what I. So here's the thing, dude. मैं बहुत लकी हूँ कि मैं नौकरी नहीं कर रहा. मैं बहुत लकी हूँ कि मेरा 9 to 5 नहीं है. I'm not tied to any city. और मेरा उतना काम हो जाता है कि मेरी लाइफ कंफर्टेबली निकल जाए. ठीक है, तो अगर ये सब है मेरे पास, तो क्या मैं खुद के साथ और अपनी फैमिली के साथ गलत नहीं कर रहा अपने आप को एक शहर में एक अपार्टमेंट में बंद रख के, यू नो. एट द एंड ऑफ द डे अगर चांस मिल रहा है तेरे को एक थोड़ा डाइवर्स टाइप का इंसान बनने का, जो 3, 4, 5, 6 चीजें करता है, जिसकी बहुत हॉबीज है, जो बहुत एक्साइटेड है लाइफ के बारे में, जो खुश है, जो अपने अंदर से अपनी खुद की खुशी पैदा करता है, तो क्यों नहीं करोगे, यू नो. वो सारी चीजें तुम्हारे काम को सुधारने वाली हैं. एक टाइम ऐसा आ गया था कि मुझे ऐसा लगता था कि मैं फनी तो बना दूंगा टॉपिक को, पर मैं किस चीज के बारे में बात करूं, मैं कुछ करता ही नहीं हूं. मैं पढ़ा रहता हूं पूरा दिन, मैं क्या बात करूं, क्या झूठ बोलूं, क्या मॉल में गया था वहां पे, व्हाट विल आई डू, यू नो. So I'm like, let's go to Goa, let's do things in my life, and then that'll automatically inform the stand-up and make it better.
We are going into a zone where you're looking at life in its entirety, right? So it's the family, the people you're with. It's just general quality of life also.
Absolutely.
Hence Goa. So that line of thought eventually leads to a global citizenship perspective. Right?
That is the plan.
Right. Yeah. Because you leave all your conditioning behind. Right. So at that point, then even you are not even drawn to a nationalist feeling also, no? Like,
I mean,
or
man,
a community, or just as Indians as an identity.
yeah, there are things about being Indian that I really love, that I'm absolutely attached to.
Right.
Like a good butter chicken, or Mohammad Rafi's voice, or Sachin Tendulkar's straight drive.
Yeah.
You know, but then there are things about being a person who's living on earth that I'm really attached to as well. Things from other countries as well. So the plan is that it's Goa right now. It could be a foreign country later on. It could be anything, you know.
Correct.
But to bind yourself, I feel like as a person who has as much freedom as as a moderately successful stand-up comedian, you have a decent amount of freedom.
Absolutely.
But Dudeja was telling me this, that it's important to have an attitude of abundance. And I really agree with that. Like, you've got to be fearless. You've got to feel like, I'll move to Goa, but there is a mindset of abundance. Things will only grow in my life because I will make them grow in my life, even though I'm in Goa, even though I'm not in the center of business, which is Bombay.
Right.
Right. But if you're living with fear, कि बॉम्बे छोड़ दिया तो क्या होगा, तो बॉम्बे के बीच में भी रह के तुम कुछ नहीं उखाड़ पाओगे. That's the thing, क्योंकि तुम्हारा mindset fear वाला है.
Right.
तो वो issue है.
Right.
तो कहीं पर भी जाओ, you can do this, but you've just got to believe that actually हो सकता है. वरना अगर तुम्हें कोई conviction ही नहीं है, तो it's a self-fulfilling prophecy.
Correct.
फिर नहीं होगा, you know.
Wow, this has been enlightening for me also. Dude. This guy is so sorted now. It's scary, dude. It's embarrassing at certain points. And if we do this after 5 more years, I think it'll be another person in 5.
I mean, after 5 years, I might have pink hair, and I might be like.
And I'll be in shorts after 5 years.
5 साल बाद I'll be like, मैंने ball bearing का factory डाला है राजकोट में. You know? ये कॉमेडी वॉमेडी कुछ पैसा नहीं है, बनता है इस सब में, है ना. अभी मैं.
Wow, great. Thanks for doing this, guys. This was Beyond the Laughs with Karunesh.
Thanks for having me. I really appreciate it.
Pleasure, dude. And we are a Spade Comedy Club in Pune, one of the best rooms to do stand-up in. And if the economy survives, please come to Spade whenever you get the time. We don't force people, but if you like this, do share it with people. And then look up our work. You may not have been familiar with his work or my work. Check us up online. The details are in the description for the few people who read. Good night. Thanks, man.
Thank you, man.
Yeah.
Thanks for having me.